Okay, so as you guys know, that there was a very odd trailer that was released, the Section 6 unknown footage, where it was just this weird, creepy pasta type thing. But there was a lot of the third Zenless language shown on here. And for those that don't know, there are technically three Zenless languages. The first two showed up in the past, like during the betas and whatever, and those were cracked pretty easy. However, this third language is a bugger. There is a lot of rules that seem to apply to this, and it's just very odd because it also mixes in some symbols from the first language that was actually shown way back in like the betas. So it kind of like mix and matches some symbols. But we have been streaming, trying to decipher it for about 5 hours now or something like that with chat, and chat is here. Chat, say hello. And we had the goated chatter, Drago Jessica, who decided to go through a bunch of the material, and there's a lot of material that has this third language, but they went through the material that actually was consistent, which this is the graphic that they made here, which I know it looks like a lot, but let's just go over it for a bit. So this is all of the symbols in the third language, which, as you can see, there are more than there should be in an alphabet. There is actually 33 symbols here, which is where it gets interesting, because technically, the symbols that are not correlating, that don't match up, it matches with like the missing symbols are symbols that are taken from the universal language. But what they did is they went through the teasers of the update shows, and anytime there was gameplay and the on-screen UI, as shown in these images here, did use the third language. And so what they did is they ignored any of the text that had a different number of letters than the English counterparts, and then just translated it as to what it actually is in game. And it does actually, it is very consistent. It works in anything that is like in game on any teaser. It works, which is the first time we've ever had a key that actually is consistent with this language specifically. Now, what sucks is it unfortunately does not apply to any media outside of the game. So, for example, this little paragraph that they seem to have, had a pretty big focus on, is complete gibberish. Also, as you can tell, the Miyabi is spelled differently. We did think maybe it was a cipher, that the V was like 5, and so we were going to just Caesar shift the letters in the alphabet, but that didn't work. And so we think, anyway, I think that's like outreaching. But anything that is outside of the actual like in-game thing, it's just straight gibberish. But it is a huge step forward that we actually have a somewhat consistent key, a very consistent key with specific, parameters. So these are the unknown symbols, and we are missing J and Z. And then these are the universal language that gets supplemented inside of this third language. And then here I went ahead and actually reorganized all of the symbols to actually be in ABC order, with obviously the missing J and Z. What is interesting though is there is one symbol that is technically not taken from the universal or either of the other two languages. But we're only missing 2 letters, and that is this one right here, this O. There are very similar icons in the other languages, like the M, for example, in the universal script, and also like the Q or the O. Like they're very similar, but it's different. This has sharp corners on, the diagonals, and then rounded on the other, and nothing in the middle. There's nothing that actually equates in either of those languages here. So that is also just like a missing, like a mystery letter. But I wanted to bring this to a wider audience, and actually get more eyes on it, because it is now 1:30 in the morning. We've been working in this for 5 hours, and we can't get past this part. So if there is actually some sort of cipher to it, then if we could all work as a community to try to figure it out. If it is just random gibberish, then it's random gibberish. And I'll be uploading the actual images of this on my Twitter, so I'll have the link in the description. But again, huge shout out to Jago Jessica, who actually found out this consistent key here. So if you want to see those images, again, I'll link my Twitter in the description below. So you can take a look at it. But if I'm being honest, odds are a lot of this is just gibberish. This may have just been a language that they specifically made as kind of like a haha, like you solved the others, good luck with this. But yeah, I'm handing it over to the wider audience. This is what we have so far. Keep me updated. Keep us updated. Ping me on Twitter if you find anything. Post this on Reddit if you feel so kind. And we can try and figure it out. Hoyo devs, if you're watching this for some reason, let us know if we're wasting our time. But yeah, I know there's a lot smarter people out there. So if you guys figure anything out, let us know. But I'm pushing it out to the wider audience now. That's all I have to say on this. And I'll have again also the entire methodology of how Jess actually figured this out on my Twitter as well. I'll have it all in one post. Now I'll link the Twitter post in the comments below. But let's try and make some progress on this, boys. Let's try and make some progress on this. And if not, it is what it is. I'll see you. I'll be streaming the 1.4 update show if you guys are interested in that. So yeah, but that's all I have to say. So get on it. Get cracking.